Get ready for the dictation. Start. The candidature will be cancelled in case the candidate does not disclose the fact of his involvement and or arrest in criminal case, complaint case, preventive proceedings, etc. in the attestation form, and the fact is subsequently found out from any verification report received from the district authorities or for any other source. If a candidate has disclosed his involvement and or arrest in criminal cases, complaint case, preventive proceedings, etc., the case will be referred to the screening committee to assess his suitability for appointment in Chandigarh Police, irrespective of the fact that the case is under investigation, trial, or decided in conviction or acquittal. In Guideline 2A-B, it is prescribed that if a candidate has disclosed his involvement in some criminal case in the attestation form, then such case will be referred to screening committee to assess his suitability for appointment in Chandigarh Police, irrespective of the fact that the case is under investigation, trial, or decided in conviction or acquittal. In the present case, in all the cases of respondents, the aforesaid situation arises. On noticing the acquittal of the candidates, the cases of respondents were referred to screening committee. The screening committee carefully examined the cases of the respondents and the reasons for their acquittal, and the candidature of the respondents were rejected, finding them not suitable. The acquittal in a criminal case is not conclusive of the suitability of the candidates in the concerned post. If a person is acquitted or discharged, it cannot always be inferred that he was falsely involved or he had no criminal antecedents. Unless it is an honorable acquittal, the candidate cannot claim the benefit of the case. What is honorable acquittal was considered by this court in Deputy Inspector General of Police and another versus S. Samuthiram 2013 1 SCC 598, in which this court held as under. The meaning of the expression honorable acquittal came up for consideration before this court in RBI versus Bhopal Singh Panchal 1994 1 SCC 541. In that case, this court has considered the impact of Regulation 46(4) dealing with honorable acquittal by a criminal court on the disciplinary proceedings. In that context, this court held that the mere acquittal does not entitle an employee to reinstatement in service. The acquittal, it was held, has to be honorable. The expressions honorable acquittal, acquitted of blame, fully exonerated are unknown to the Code of Criminal Procedure or the Penal Code, which are coined by judicial pronouncements. It is difficult to define precisely what is meant by the expression honorably acquitted. When the accused is acquitted after full consideration of prosecution evidence and that the prosecution had miserably failed to prove the charges leveled against the accused, it can possibly be said that the accused was honorably acquitted. Entering into the police service required a candidate to be of good character, integrity, and clean antecedents. In Commissioner of Police, New Delhi and another versus Meher Singh 2013 7 SCC 685, the respondent was acquitted based on the compromise. This court held that even though acquittal was based on compromise, it is still open to the screening committee to examine the suitability of the candidate and take a decision. emphasizing upon the importance of character and integrity required for joining police force oblique discipline force in Meher Singh case. This court held as under. A careful perusal of the policy leads us to conclude that the screening committee would be entitled to keep persons involved in grave cases of moral turpitude out of the police force even if they are acquitted or discharged, if it feels that the acquittal or discharge is on technical grounds or not honorable. The screening committee will be within its rights to cancel the candidature of a candidate if it finds that the acquittal is based on some serious flaw in the conduct of the prosecution case or is the result of material witnesses turning hostile. It is only experienced officers of the screening committee who will be able to judge whether the acquitted or discharged candidate is likely to revert to similar activities in future with more strength and vigor if appointed to the post in a police force. The screening committee will have to consider the nature and extent of such person's involvement in the crime and his propensity of becoming a cause for worsening the law and order situation rather than maintaining it. In our opinion, this policy framed by the Delhi police does not merit any interference from this court as its object appears to be to ensure that only persons with impeccable character enter the police force. Stop.